And I think these little increments of damage would actually help Panther a lot. And then he could actually make use of his passive instead of it randomly triggering and you could never plan it in your engages. That's a max range. That's literally just mid-range.
Found one of their soldiers.
23 meters. I could be 23 meters away from my target and still two-shot them. Hover range. How fucking busted is that? And then you have fucking Panther, which has to use 1 ability, 2 abilities, 3 abilities, 4 abilities, 5 abilities. 5 fucking shots you have to hit on Panther to kill 1 target. And the thing is, even if you're on range, look at this. When I'm under 100 HP, I get 20% damage boost. When I'm under 100 HP, I get 20% damage boost. Look how many shots I have to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 shots. 4 shots. And guess what happens when I try to do the same thing on a 250 buff? This one is 275. Okay? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The combos don't change. So what is the point of the passive if the combos don't change? I don't use less abilities to kill a target. So how does the passive actually benefit Panther? In what way? That makes no sense to me. And even if I do it, look at this. Look at this. I can't even double dash them because they end up being fucking 1 HP. I can't even see the health. It looks like he's dead. I can't fucking see the health, and I still need 1 more shot. I need always 4 shots to kill any of my targets every single time, even with my fucking 20% damage boost passive. Doesn't his passive let him one-shot 275 if you ult and dash? Yes. But that's, again, 2 fucking abilities. That is, again, 2 abilities that you have to use while you're under 100 HP. Any character in the game can fucking one-shot you on the body when you're under 100. Any DPS can fucking one-shot your ass when you're under 100 HP. So getting that off is almost like impossible. Like genuinely, this is impossible to get. Obviously, I'm still the GOAT and I still make it work sometimes because, you know, I'm just too fast for them to hit me. But if you expect that from somebody else, like a normal player, you can't do that, right? You can't do that. You would have to have like at least 300 hours on Panther to make him work like that. And even then, it's still the hardest thing in the world to do. That's why I don't understand how this character is 4 stars and you have fucking Psylocke, which is 5 stars. And all she has to do is click 1 time left click, 1 time right click, again right click, 1 time left click, and then kill any target. That's all you do in Psylocke. Dash in, invis, left click, right click, left click.
Double kill.
It's fucking stupid.
Here they come now.
That's 3.
Like, how is this character 5 stars?
Wow.
These orders should be like reversed. This character should be first of all 4 stars because she does require some kind of skill to play. Panther should be 5 stars and fucking Spider-Man should be 6 stars. Because if you play Spider-Man, you're just a fucking tackled character at this point. The amount of fucking button inputs you have to press to make the character work is actually insane. Like, this character genuinely deserves to be 6 stars. Unironically. Or it should be locked. It should be locked. Like, you have to have at least 200 hours on Spider-Man in quick play to play him in ranked. Unironically. Lock this character, bro. Lock this character behind a 200-hour wall.
That's 3.
Is it like in rare teamfight situations where you could use some extra damage if they are already low? True. Like, if they are already low, then you could use the 20%. But again, it is tied to 100 HP. It is tied to being under 100 HP. When can you plan this? How do you plan to take 201 damage? How do you plan that, guys? Anybody tell me in a team fight? Okay, you queue up into a game, okay? You get into a lobby, you go for a flank, and then you plan to take 201 damage. You plan to take that. How do you plan it? You can't. You can't. It's impossible to plan that. The only time it ever takes effect is completely random. Completely fucking random. And the thing is, even if you end up being under 100 HP, you could argue, you know, it's a valid argument that you get over health. You get over health from marked targets, right? From your dash resets, right? I only get 30. I only get 30 over health. That's one melee attack. That's one melee attack from any character in the game. And then it fucking tops out at 75.
Victory belongs to Wakanda.
Bro, Bucky...
The battlefield may change, but the war never ends. Here they come.
1, 2, 3. Bro, is that the same? No, the melee was more. So if I don't have my max overhealth, on Panther, Bucky literally has to hit me once on the body and I already lose my extra HP. With 30% change breakpoints, 100%. 30% would change breakpoints and then it would, I guess, maybe be good, but again, it's just tied to 100 HP. Like you have to be under 100 HP. That's the most important part. Like even if you get damage boost, dying, getting an ability is never good. Dying while trying to get an ability is never fucking good. Because if you're dead, you can't do anything. You can't deny space, you can't bait out abilities, you can't get kills, you can't do shit. You're just dead, you're just fucking spectating. You're not contributing anything to the fight if you are dead. And if there's an ability tied to being under 100 HP, then it's just so bad. It's just so fucking bad. I made a suggestion in the Rivals Discord where I basically said to increase the health in which he generates his passive. So basically means, for example, if he is under 250 HP, if Panther is under 250 HP, okay?
Only for himself.
I don't think he should get, like right now. You see my marks, by the way? My marks appear, okay? And I think, I don't remember how he was in the alpha, but I believe either they planned it or they just never went through with it. But the reason why he has marks on his body right now is because his suit charges vibranium. Like, no, wait. Vibranium energy or kinetic energy? One of those two. Kinetic energy. Let's just call it kinetic energy, okay? The vibranium suit is charging kinetic energy. And if he gains enough kinetic energy, he can basically blast it out of his body. So, and they, instead of making a blast ability, because that would be bad for Panther, you know, imagine you could push away people, but pushing away people is kind of the opposite of what you want to do when you're on Panther, right? So instead of pushing away, they gave him damage boost, right? But they didn't go through with it. So right now he has these marks on his body, and all they do is tell the enemy Panther is low. That's all these marks do for Panther right now. If you see the marks on a Panther, you know for a fact he took at least 50 damage. And the more damage he takes, the more they glow. Look how much they glow. That's like, it's like an alarm for enemies to shoot you. Literally, shoot the Panther. He will die. One headshot right now from Bucky, I will fucking die. And what I did for a suggestion, when you reach 250 HP, that's when the marks appear, by the way. The damage boost should scale. So that means if I'm 250 HP, I get 5% damage boost. If I'm 200 HP, so like minus 50 HP, I get 10%. If I'm 150, 15. If I'm under 100, 20%. And I think these little increments of damage would actually help Panther a lot. And then he could actually make use of his passive instead of it randomly triggering and you could never plan it in your engages. I thought it was tied to his passive when I was new. Same honestly. I thought that was tied to his passive too. I thought if I have my marks up, I am already getting damage boosted. But no, it's not like that. You don't get damage boosted. The only time you get damage boosted is if you reach 100 HP. Now I'm damage boosted. You see these little arrows that are coming out of my body? Now I'm damage boosted. But before, you didn't see those arrows, right? You know what's funny? I actually came across this like a couple of weeks ago. Like I was randomly scrolling on, you know, on the internet, and I was like randomly, wait a minute. does Panther have a passive? Maybe I can make this passive work somehow. Let me read up how much damage boost I actually gain from the passive, okay? Then I go into Rival's website, and it says that it's 20%. I'm like, oh wait, 20% is really quite a lot. But then I also read it only triggers when I'm 100 HP.
The enemy approaches.
What? How does that make sense? You know? How does that make any sense? You want to die for this passive for what? Well, that was a big rant, I think. Sorry guys, I kind of ignored you guys in the chat a bit. Who's harder to use, Spidey or Panther? Spider-Man, because he doesn't even have a fucking damage boost. He's just complete dog shit. Well, dog shit. I think you should start at 250 HP and go up to 30% below 100. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe like, dude, just 21%. If it goes up by 21%, then he doesn't have to use 4 abilities to kill a 250 HP target. He only has to use 3. Because I just showed it off, right? They land on 1 HP. Imagine getting 21% damage boost under 100 HP, and then you get 3 shot people.